what was crazy is that like after all that, like I got a phone call from TR and they were offering me a deal again. I told them no, of course, but
Rewind, Recap, Relive for over 50 episodes. The revolutionary force in wrestling interview.
You mentioned earlier the like the WWE budget cuts, and I'm curious. I want to get into the final time we saw you in WWE, which was to confront Drew McIntyre,
oh
and all the
yeah.
history. Yeah, all the history you guys had together, and I'm curious what that conversation was like between you two, knowing that might be the last time you share the ring for a while, especially under that different environment of like COVID WWE.
Dude, that sucked, man. That COVID era sucked.
It
Um,
was depressing. It was,
yeah, dude, it's the worst. My goodness, the worst. But no, the whole thing with me and Drew, like, dude, he's been my brother since I was in developmental and before we were ever on TV and all that crap, you know? He's like legit been a good friend of mine. Like, I call him a brother of mine. That's just how it is. But he called me for like a week and a half straight talking about wanting to bring me in for this little skit and everything, that they were wanting to do. And I kept denying it, like, bro, no, they fired me. I don't want to come back. Like, what the hell for? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm just like, no, I'm not doing it. No, no, no. Oh. And then, but, like, of course, he's talking me into it and saying, hey, man, just picture it, like, what if you get your job back? What if, like, you're in the ring with me and this is the last time they see you, but then you go off on the indies and everybody wants to book you, like he's throwing like everything at me, like, come on, man, like you need to do it. So of course, at the end, I'm like, all right, asshole, I'll do it. I remember I flew in, we met up, we was having dinner, we were talking, and he was like, like, this is what I'm thinking, this is what are you thinking, this and that. And we're just tossing ideas, not knowing if any of this would happen. And then once we like after dinner and everything, I went to my room, he went back to his house, and we met up at the arena. And it was just one of those things that were like I knew what I wanted to say, and pretty much like I pretty much said exactly what I wanted to say out there. And I remember the writer gave me a script, and I was like, no, I think I got it. And then he was like, well, can you at least mention the last time that you saw or talked to Drew was on the bump? And I'm just like, yeah, sure, man. Yeah, I can say that. It was just one of those things where I'm like, okay, I guess it's one of the bullet points that he needed in there. And I was just,
put over the show. That's it.
yeah, just please put that in there. And then, like, what y'all saw was just one take, like it was a one
Wow.
take shot. Like, we went out there, we did it. It was a one take deal. It was one of those things where like they wanted me to do what everyone saw, and then they wanted me to work Dolph on SmackDown, and then have Dolph go over on me, and then Drew and Dolph was supposed to wrestle at a horror event. What is it called? Like it
Was
was
it
a horror.
Extreme Rules horror show, whatever? I remember
It
that
was a
was the
horror.
branding for. I don't
It
remember
was
though.
it was something. It was some horror show to where it's supposed to be Dolph and Drew wrestling, and then I have to come and I was on screw Dolphin so Drew can win type thing, and then I
Okay.
was going to be out type thing. But I told him no, I'm just going to do Raw and I'm out type deal, and they just was like, well, okay, well, you sure? I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm just doing this thing with Drew and I'm out. So I did exactly what y'all guys saw, and then I got in my car and I left back to the hotel and got all my stuff and everything and went to the airport and flew home. But what was crazy is that like after all that, like I got a phone call from TR and they were offering me a deal again. And I told them no, of course, but it was just one of those things that they were like, yeah, man, it was a great performance. Everyone was impressed, this and that. We were wondering if like you can come back. And at the time, I just was like, no, like I want to do this, I want to do that. I've been there this long, blah 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 blah, this and that. So I went on and just kept doing what the hell I wanted to do. And then, like you saw, I went to Impact and I blew my guts out. I got injured. And I was on this shelf for a damn 11 months, man. So, yeah, that worked out great, huh?
Yeah, you're
So,
like, oh, maybe I should have signed that dotted line.
But yeah, man. So, shit happens for a reason, I guess, But no, it was just one of those things where, like, it was cool moment, cool thing. It was awesome what happened. Awesome for the opportunity to come back. But it was like I was there for 15 years, man. I was literally I got signed when I was 22. I was 22 years old and I got signed with WWE, man. So it was like I was there forever. I just wanted to be like, nah, I want to go and do my own thing, And then, like you said, I blew my guts out. So
it was a cool moment to watch too that they brought you, because didn't they just finish up a program with him and Jinder, or they were leading to a program with him and Jinder?
It was something,
yeah. So it was you were the third one, and then I remember, people still chat about it, is like you still have to get your retribution and get your world title run, because those two, they went and broke the script, So
hey, imagine that. Imagine if 3MB came back,
Oh, dude. And all you guys are like ultra bulked up now. Like,
Like, who wants some of the big daddies, huh? We're 3 bad men at the moment, Hey, that might be a new 3. 3MB,
3BM.
3 bad men.
3BM.
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 Yeah, 3BM. 3 bad men. Switching it up a little bit.
You've evolved.
Take it back.
Yeah.
Reclaim
We've
it.
evolved, damn it.
Rewind, recap, relive. For over 50 episodes, the revolutionary force in wrestling interview.